what is it that I really want to do and bring glory to God? As a nurse, yes, we have nurses here. What is your deepest desire, passion, even as you carry out that work? At the end of the day, will people say, will people feel the touch of God? Because that is the end of the day, that is the desire of God, that you make disciples, even as a nurse, even as a teacher, even as an engineer, even as a governor. Do you know being a governor is not necessarily, that is not the end of the assignment God has given. Let me tell you, the governor, being a governor is the entry point of doing what God created you to do. Are you getting what I'm saying? Being a governor, being a president, being a businessman, that is a door. It is an entry point that through it you are going to declare the praises of God. You are going to make disciples. People will come to the Lord because of what you are doing as an engineer. So being an engineer is not the end. It is not necessarily what God has called you to do. It is an entry point. A teacher, that is an entry point. And therefore, if you are not making disciples in your world, people are not coming to know the will of God concerning their lives. When they just look at what you're doing, they realize what God is able to do in their lives. Then there is something not right. It means that kuna kitu unatakana ubadilishe. Kwa sababu that is you are missing the mark. People will celebrate you, yes? And there is one engineer somewhere in this county. When he died, people celebrated. And I'm telling you, kama hujawahi kula kuku kwa matanga, hapo ungekula 4 times. I know Pastor Shemala attended that film. I can tell you the story. Unakula chakula mpaka ushibe, ukitaka hata upepo ende nayo nyumbani, hakuna mtu anajali. Yani making sure that the life of this person is celebrated. But the sad thing about it is that is salvation. That nobody talked about how he influenced them for the Lord. So at the end of the day, you have lost your soul. People have celebrated, yes. People have rejoiced in what you did, but you have lost your soul because your relationship with God was not there. And if the relationship with God, your relationship with God was there, you could have even done much more than what you did. So I want you to know this morning that it is not enough just to be a teacher. It's not enough to be a business lady. It's not enough just to be successful in life. But are you making disciples in the kingdom? Because in Matthew chapter 28, verse 18 to 20, Jesus Christ gave the disciples a commitment, gave them instructions what to do, and they are to make disciples of all nations. Making the disciples that they believe in God, and they teach them what Jesus Christ had given to them until the end of the time. As a church, if we are not making disciples, then we are also not on track. But I thank God we are on track. We must make disciples, people that will believe in God and walk in integrity. Yes. Walk in integrity, obey, walk in obedience to God's word, have faith in God. What else? They should be able to praise and worship God meaningfully. They are able to pray and fast. All these pillars. Those are the kind of people that we need to raise in our midst. In Joshua chapter 1 verse 1 to 8, I want you to know that there is an assignment for you. If you look at Joshua chapter 1 verse 1 to 8, I will not read, I'll just pick one or two verses there. Verse 1, after the death of Moses, the Lord's servant, the Lord spoke to Joshua son of Nun, Moses' assistant. He said, Moses, my servant, is dead, therefore the time has come for you to lead these people, the Israelites, across the Jordan River into the land I am giving them. Verse 3, I promise you that I promise you what I promised Moses. Wherever you set your foot, you will be on the land I have given you. From the Negev wilderness in the south to the Lebanon mountains, in the north from Euphrates River, in the east to the Mediterranean Sea, in the west, including all the land of the Hittites. No one will be able to stand up against you as long as you live. I will be with you as I was with Moses. I will not fail you or abandon you. There is an assignment that God has given you. And this is what God is saying. I shall be with you. As I was with Moses, I shall be with you. No one will stand up against you. God will be together with you to the very end. He will not fail you. In this church, you may have been appointed as a leader in a specific area. And sometimes you may just think, it is the pastor who appointed me. Hajui vile mimi nina shughuli. Mimi nina shughuli nyingi na pastor hanielewi. Laiti angejua angemupa mtu mwingine. But what I want to say this morning, that is the calling that God has put on your life. Because we are led by the Spirit of God to give you such a responsibility. And therefore, take that work with all the zeal. Because God has promised to be with you. You are in charge of praise and worship. You are in charge of prayer. Give it the best. You are a chairman. Give it the best. Do what is expected of that office. Usiangalie mimi nilichaguliwa tu. Ni Mungu anakuonyesha kazi ambayo anakuhitaji kufanya. Na ukiendelea kufanya hiyo kazi, atakuelekeza na kusaidia uelewe kwa ukweli kabisa kazi ambayo anataka uyatekeleze. That may be a moment for you, God, to help you understand His purpose in your life. That is an entry point. And if you remain faithful to it, there is something that God is going to release in your life. Bwana asifiwe. There was one time I was appointed to the chairman of the vehicle to raise money for the vehicle of the bishop. And I just knew I've just been appointed. And of course I told my wife, this is a responsibility. If we accept it, we cannot fail. There are some things I have failed sometimes, but there are some things we can't fail. I told her, we cannot fail this one. We will do the best we can. So we got up some friends, and then we did that. From after doing that project, then God revealed something that I need to do in my life. He showed us what He actually wants us to do now. But you know, it was through what? The project. Now we go to Kutana. Yes, we are meeting once per week. Mr. Oparo is here. We were meeting once per week to think and plan. And when that project was over, then God opened our eyes and He said, this is the ministry I want you people to run. But you see, the entry point was a project. That's why when we kufanya kazi fulani tunasema siwezi. Unakataa. Now haujui that project is covering your destiny.